start recording, right? So to remove the pivot chart, right, you need to select those columns that you want, and then right click, choose delete. So now I start with again, right? So I open the pivot exercise file, right? And I go to insert tab. Under tables group, I choose pivot table. Right, you have to select a table or range already, so that's okay, right? If you have a lot of space on the then you can go for existing worksheet. If not, then you choose new worksheet. So I'm on existing worksheet. Then I click further on the location box. Right, this is location box, and then I choose a place, right? For example, G1, and then click OK. Yeah, that's good questions, right? Use an external data source, right, where you actually get this data, this list of data from a database. Right? Use a external, right? You can choose connection. Then that depends on what connection you have, right? Connection is this file on this table, right? But we don't have a connection here. Browse for more. Yeah, first you have this, right? All data source, right? You need to look for the data source. But for me, for example, access database can be a good example. Once, but I don't have this. Right, we you learn this in a 1-day course on pivot table. That one is more advanced. Yeah. So you need to choose the connections to connect to an Oracle database. Connect to, right, your Oracle administrators will, right, if you know Oracle, okay, right, Oracle MySQL, right, or Microsoft Access, right, they will give you connections, a data source connection. They ask them where is the data source connection, or you ask them to connections in your PC. Then when you click choose connections, right, you will have that connection here already. Just click on that. Okay, but for now we go for this. Right, click OK. G1 still remain G1, right? P1 PT1 is the worksheet name, right? Click OK. Okay, next, this is not exactly you must click on the column with number first, right? It's not, right? You can go for sales name first, then later go for amount, right? So this is the data, right? And now I'm going to use the control key, press on control key, and then use the wheel on the mouse, right? And wheel it up. You can see that the screen is on enlarged, right? So it's easier, right? Click on the control key, press on the control key while you use the wheel and wheel it up. Right? You enlarge the screen. So you just right click, and then you choose sorting. That's sorting largest to smallest, smaller to largest, right? Smallest to largest. Okay. So then you can also do the filter, which is top 10. Right, only one top 5, right? Choose top 5, right? Remember, you are clicking on that row with numbers, with text. So go for filter, top 10, right, top 5. So click, right? So that's one. Okay. Next, we're creating okay, before we create a chart, right? We can write sum of amount, right? This sum of amount. At one column we show the sum of amount, the other column we show the number of transactions. So we're gonna click on the amount field and drag it to the value field, right? Drag it to the value field. So on the other side, we right click, choose a value field setting. If you are in 2007, this is the options you do, right? And go for count, right? And then click OK. If you don't want to word count of amount, you can change here, right? Number of transactions, right? Number of transactions. Click OK. So you can see the word number of transactions. That's one way. The other way is that you can directly click on sum of amount and then type sales total and enter. So it makes more sense, right? As for the row labels, right, you can also click and then change it. But that's okay, right? We'll go for it. So if you don't like this, you don't need the number of transactions anymore, right? You can click on it, drag it outside, click and drag it outside. Alright, as for grand total, right, this one I didn't show you, right? You can remove this grand total, right? But you need to click on the word grand total. Do not click on this and right click choose, right? You couldn't find how to remove the grand total, but if you right click at the cell that contains the word grand total, you can right click and choose remove grand total, right? Remove grand total. So here's the questions, right? How can we show back the grand total? This is a way. You right click and then you choose pivot table options. This step is already written on your training manual, right? Pivot table options. It's on page 11. Right? Pivot table options. Then you click on totals and filters tab. Click on this. Then you choose grand total, right? Choose show grand total for columns, right? That is the grand total for this entire column, sales total columns. And click OK. So now we could create a pivot table, right? Right. So we go for Options tab. Under the Tools group, choose Pivot Chart. Take the default, click OK. Right, you should have a pivot chart itself. Okay, and you can right click on chart and choose change series chart type. Go for a pie chart. Click OK. So that's the pie chart, right? And then you can further do some changing, right? Adding the percentage, right? Go for Layout tab. Choose Data Label options. Go for More Data Label options. Choose Category. Uncheck Values. Click Percentage. And click OK. So that's it, right? And delete further on, right? Delete. And thank you so much.